Tense, dramatic background music. School hallway, lockers slamming, kids shouting. A black child walks down the corridor, backpack slung over one shoulder, looking nervous but composed. A wealthy, arrogant boy approaches, smirking. VO. He thought he could intimidate anyone, that wealth and privilege made him untouchable. And he chose the wrong target. Scene. The billionaire's son pushes the black child roughly against the lockers. Other kids laugh, filming on their phones. The black child remains silent, calm, but hurt. VO. He had power, money, influence, and he used it to belittle someone smaller, weaker, unaware of the storm about to follow. Cut to the mother of the black child entering the school office. Elegant, poised, confident. She's a powerful figure in society, her presence commanding attention. VO. But sometimes the people we underestimate have allies we can't even imagine. Scene. The black child walks home, still shaken. Mother notices a bruised mood, kneels to his level. Mother, tell me exactly what happened today. Every detail. VO. She wasn't just a mother, she was a force, someone whose name could change everything in an instant. Scene montage. The mother calling school authorities, arranging a meeting with the principal and parents. The billionaire's son unaware of the woman he had angered, arrogantly telling his friends a story. Flashback to the mother's influence in business and social circles, hinting at her immense power. VO. He had mocked a child, but he didn't know whose child he had crossed. Scene. The school day ends. The arrogant boy struts out of class, confident as ever, still unaware. The mother waits at the school gate, professional, calm, but unmistakably formidable. VO. In that moment, the world was about to teach him a lesson he would never forget. Fires cut visuals. The boy's smug smile fading slowly. Hint of tension. Streets bustling. Mother approaching quietly but with authority. Scene. The black kid sits at his desk in class, trying to focus, but whispers and giggles follow him. The billionaire's son passes by, shoving his books and laughing. Other kids snicker, some filming with their phones. VO. Everywhere he went, humiliation followed. Every glance reminded him that some believed he was beneath them. Scene. During lunch, the billionaire's son blocks his path, taunting him in front of classmates. Billionaire's son, smirking, thought you could walk through here unnoticed? Think again. VO. He had thought the world was unfair, but he didn't know how deep the lesson would go. Scene. The black kid quietly leaves the cafeteria, sitting alone on a bench outside, clutching his backpack. A single tear rolls down his cheek, but he quickly wipes it away. VO. For a moment, it felt like the walls were closing in, and no one could help him. Cut to mother arriving at school, noticing her child's distress. She kneels beside him, gently placing a hand on his shoulder. Mother, you are stronger than this. And sometimes, the people who bully don't realize the consequences of their actions. VO. He had faced ridicule, humiliation, and arrogance, but he had no idea that the world was about to shift. Fast-cut visuals. Classmates whispering nervously, the billionaire's son laughing arrogantly, unaware that power and influence have a way of catching up. Scene ends with mother holding his hand firmly, walking back into the school with him, determination and pride in her eyes. Scene. The mother stands in the school office, composed and confident. Administrators and teachers listen intently as she explains the situation. Her presence fills the room with authority. VO. She wasn't just an ordinary parent. She was a woman whose influence could change the course of events in an instant. Scene. The billionaire's son walks past the office unaware, laughing with friends. Suddenly, he notices his mother on a call with high-level school officials, arranging consequences. His smirk falters slightly. VO. He had mocked a child, but he didn't realize who was watching, who was about to intervene, who had the power to shift everything. Scene montage. Mother calmly negotiating with school administrators, showing evidence of her child's academic excellence and character. Flashbacks of her attending board meetings, speaking at high-profile events, showcasing her influence. VO. Her presence alone was a statement that some lessons can't be ignored, some actions have consequences beyond what the arrogant can see. Scene. The black kid watches from a distance, a mixture of awe and relief on his face. The mother kneels, speaking quietly. Mother, you are never powerless. People may try to belittle you, but respect and influence always have their way. VO. For the first time, he understood the world wasn't as one-sided as it seemed. Fast-cut visuals. The billionaire's son's confident demeanor starting to crack. Classmates noticing a change in tension. The mother's poised authority radiating quietly but powerfully. Scene end with the mother guiding her child away, leaving a sense of anticipation that change is coming. Scene. A school assembly is announced. Students gather in the auditorium, buzzing with excitement. The billionaire's son sits confidently, smirking, expecting attention and admiration. VO. He thought he was untouchable, that no one could challenge his arrogance in front of the whole school. Scene. The black kid walks onto the stage, calm and composed. The mother enters quietly, sitting in the front row, her presence commanding the room without a word. VO. But some lessons are learned only when power meets the truth, and the truth is a way of revealing itself. Scene montage. The black kid begins speaking confidently about respect, kindness, and standing up for oneself. Students start listening intently, some whispering about his poise and courage. The billionaire's son grows uneasy, noticing the room shifting in favor of the black kid. VO. For the first time, he realized strength isn't about who can push the hardest or laugh the loudest. True strength is quiet, unwavering, and undeniable. Scene. The mother stands subtly, signaling support. Teachers nod, impressed by the black kid's courage. Even some of the wealthy boy's friends exchange glances, sensing the shift in power. VO. The arrogance that once ruled the hallways was facing its first real challenge, and the world was watching. Scene ends with the billionaire's son fidgeting, realizing his privilege alone cannot intimidate the one who stands with confidence and guidance. Scene. The black kid finishes speaking, the auditorium silent for a heartbeat, then erupts into applause. Students, teachers, and even staff cheer, impressed by his courage and poise. VO. He had mocked, shoved, and laughed, but now the tables had turned. Scene. The billionaire's son glances at the front row and finally notices the mother sitting there. His confident smirk vanishes. His eyes widen in shock. VO. He thought he ruled the school, but he hadn't counted on whose child he had crossed. Scene montage. The mother calmly stands, signaling to the principal, who nods and steps forward. The billionaire's son realizes that the black kid's mother holds immense influence in the community and school board. His arrogance crumbles as he understands the consequences of his actions. VO. For the first time, arrogance met authority, and it was a lesson he could never forget. Scene. The black kid walks off the stage, head high, smiling subtly at his mother. The billionaire's son trails behind, humbled, unsure of what to say. VO. Respect is earned, not demanded. And sometimes, the ones we underestimate hold more power than we can imagine. Scene end with the mother placing a proud hand on her child's shoulder, the boy glowing with quiet triumph, and the arrogant son standing silently, realizing his mistake. Scene. The school hallway is calm now. Students pass by, some nodding respectfully at the black kid. Teachers smile, impressed by his courage and maturity. VO. He had faced ridicule, arrogance, and cruelty, yet he emerged stronger, guided by wisdom and support. Scene. The mother stands beside him, proud and composed. The billionaire's son walks by, humbled, no longer smirking. He avoids eye contact, understanding the weight of what he had done. VO. Justice had been served, not through anger or revenge, but through courage, guidance, and undeniable truth. Scene montage. The black kid helping classmates, confident and kind. Mother watching proudly from a background, a soft smile on her lips. The once arrogant boy reflecting silently, a lesson deeply learned. VO. Some lessons are unforgettable, and some voices, though quiet, carry the loudest truth. Scene. The black kid looks out the school windows, sunlight streaming in, confidence radiating. The mother stands beside him, hand on his shoulder, as the camera slowly pans out. VO. If the story inspired you, share it, because courage, wisdom, and heart can turn even the harshest moments into triumph. Scene fades out with soft, uplifting music, leaving viewers with a sense of empowerment, justice, and hope.